We got a bit fed up with helping the Scouts, and we decided we wanted to do something completely different for handicapped children rather than children that had got everything.
That's right.
So 3 of us got together, and Tony Townsend, who was very interested in the National Children's Home, suggested a hoist for the handicapped children to get them in and out of the swimming pools. So that's how we started, and we've just progressed since then. The money rolled in, much to our amazement. About 6 months after we started, the 4th person came along, Jean Knox, who was very, very interested in clothes side, which I was very glad of because I didn't like the clothes side, did I?
Not very much, no.
Didn't like those at all.
No. No, Jean was a wizard at that.
Yes, she was fantastic. She sold loads of clothes before the sale.
Well, I wanted, and Eileen I think also wanted to do, help the handicapped children, because we had known children with handicaps, and we wanted to do something for them, something obviously worthwhile. That's how it all started.
Because I guess the Scout jumble sale just went back to the Scouts and
Mind
guys
you,
who were all, which was a good cause.
Yes.
But they were all able-bodied, and I think they thought at that point it would be better to move on and actually help specific people with specific needs, as opposed to an organisation.
Southgate Carnival in Palmer's Green, in Bromfield Park. Darrant's Park was the Enfield Carnival.
I think it was called the Enfield Carnival.
We just had a couple of stalls, but we did Saturday and Sunday there, didn't we?
We did, yes.
And
in Bromfield we did 2 days.
yeah, we did 2 days, Saturdays and Sundays. And the sales down here we did in May and October, or April and October. We're doing the antique and collectors fairs once a month with the better stuff, because we found that we got more money that way. The Enfield Council had one specific person in charge of making certain that every child in the borough was able to get the education necessary. So I contacted her, and she used to say to me, well, such and such a child needs some equipment because her sight's very bad, or another child needs some because the hearing's very bad. And then there might be a child that couldn't get to school. One child hadn't even got shoes, so they got lost in the system until he was found, and then we managed to get these special shoes. But it was all through this person, I can't remember what her name was now, to do with the Enfield Council that started it.
Originally we wanted to help them with wheelchairs, but the council then took over and provided wheelchairs, an ordinary wheelchair, but if they needed a special wheelchair, we tried to help them because there was such a lot more money.
Yeah. But we now just do the one big one and the antique fairs. I do car boots still. And car boot sales.
Do that.
I do car boot sales. I know so many dealers now that they're very, very fair with me. Extremely fair. I've got outlets for most things. Anything left over we don't throw away. We generally send to the London Hospice, or there's now the one in Enfield, Nightingale. Yeah. They've got a shop in Enfield which is very easy to park outside now. We've had to rely on men, unfortunately, sometimes to put everything up for us.
Yeah, right.
Basically, it's purely a group of ladies, isn't it?
Really?
I went to a house that students had been left. One of them had been left, and he was going to get other students to help him pay the upkeep of it. And they said, don't be worried when you open up some of these items, they're quite unusual. And I opened this box, about 12 inches by 6 inches or 8 inches, and it was full of glass eyes. The person in the house had been an ophthalmic surgeon and had rep, and he'd gone round to match up different eyes when people had lost an eye. But we managed to sell it for a theatrical, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we did.
For people like an eye and a man with 3 eyes, or a man with an eye in the back of his head. But we have come across some very weird objects at times that we haven't even known what they are. But we managed to sell
Sell
most
them.
of them.
Yes, we still sell them.
We still sell them.
That's right, yeah.
Yes, yes.
No.
I mean, even this sale, somebody came up, I'd got a little thing. It was like a knob with a pointed end to
Yeah.
it.
What
And
was
I'd put about £1 on it because I hadn't got a clue what it was, you see. So the lady that was taking it out came up to me and said, can you tell me what this is? And I said, no, but somebody would buy it for the curiosity.
Well, I thought
And they
something
did.
to do with icing at first, because it looked like an icing.
Well, it might have been.
Well, there was no
No,
hole
no,
in
it was
it.
solid.
It wasn't. No,
Sorry.
obviously not. No.
Um,
We've sold something of a helper at one time, and not intentionally, of course. And
oh yes, one of the helpers put their coat down or something,
oh gosh,
and
yeah.
it was sold. That was
And I
nice.
tried to sell the church hall tables,
Table.
I think.
Let us have all the electricity free, and we made so much money there in just a
We had a
month or
rota
two.
of
Yeah, that was
We had a
quite fun,
rota
that,
of
yeah.
helpers that came down, and then a few years later we were over on the other side of Alderman's Hill, and the same thing happened there, and he let us have that shop as well. And I think we made about £10,000 in
a
a month. People just used to bring stuff into the shop. It was so well attended.
Yeah.
And
And again, people knew and they came along
Yeah.
and they bought and they brought stuff in and then they bought.
I think we were one of the original like
charity
Charity
shops in
shop.
Palmer's Green.
Yeah, I think we were.
Yeah, no,
We started a trend.
yeah. No, we had this rota of a lot of the people that still come along. They all spent half a day or a full day.
Full day, yeah.
Those that were working put the time in the afternoon, so
That was a good venture.
that was very good, those two. Yes, we made more money then than, but it was hard going. Couldn't keep it up when you were running family with young children.
No,
Not
no.
permanently.